Throughout the history of zoology, animals have been grouped together in a variety of different ways using a variety of different metrics. Oftentimes, studies have given validity to these groupings, but there have also been several instances in which they've resulted instead in them becoming obsolete. In this new series on my channel, I want to spend some time looking at many of these defunct clades of animals. Today we'll be looking at one particular order of animals that was so widely used throughout the ages that even today it's well known throughout the field, that being Insectivora. As the name suggests, this grouping contains various different small insect-eating mammals such as shrews and hedgehogs. Now, and this comes as a surprise to me personally, but it was important to note that one group that was exempt from Insectivora were the rodents. Many scientists placed them elsewhere in the mammalian tree, as they had some features that made them stand apart, such as prominent incisor teeth. Also, a good deal of rodents aren't really insectivorous, so there's that. The history of this group and the classification with the animals in it is pretty bizarre when you look into it. Carolus Linnaeus, the founder of modern taxonomy and the creator of the binomial nomenclature, or scientific names, first put moles, shrews, and hedgehogs alongside other animals like pigs, armadillos, and even the opossum under Bestiae in 1758. Now, the sheer whiplash of this grouping might be enough to give some people a neck injury, but in all fairness, marsupials like kangaroos and koalas were discovered only in the late 1700s, so one could easily see why the scientists might just clump them in with animals that look vaguely similar to it. But then there's other stuff like pigs, really? Linnaeus also had a bunch of other goofy groupings, such as putting hippos and tapirs under the genus Hippopotamus, and grouping rhinos together with rodents like porcupines and beavers. Regardless, in 1795, moles, shrews, and hedgehogs then got put into the family plantigrades, a grouping of animals that walked on the soles of their feet. Now, this group also included animals like bears. In retrospect, this honestly wasn't that much better because of that. Now we get a little closer to the more modern, and obviously I use modern here as a relative term, version of Insectivora, in 1811 with the order Fasciculata. Later on, however, these animals fell under insectivores in 1816, and finally Latinized this group was Insectivora in 1821. Since then, all kinds of mammals have been added to this grouping. So let's take some time to go through some of the extant families that at one point were found here. First off is Araneacidae, including the hedgehogs, moonrats, and gymnurus. Next we have Sauricidae, containing the shrews, and Talpidae, containing the moles. Then there is Selenodontidae, containing the selenodons. In addition, there's Chrysochloridae, the golden moles, the Tenrechidae, the tenrecs, Potamegalidae, the otter shrews, Macroscelidae, the elephant shrews, Dupeidae, the tree shrews, Teleocercidae, the pen-tailed tree shrews, and Cynocephalidae, the colugos. So how exactly did Insectivora become defunct? Well, starting off in 1956, this group was changed by researcher P.M. Butler to exclude all those animals save for the hedgehogs, moles, shrews, selenodons, tenrecs, and golden moles. These animals were now listed under Lipotyphla, a term which many adopted, although some still stuck with the tried and true Insectivora name despite the changes. The animals of Lipotyphla were assigned as such due to common morphological traits that they shared with one another, such as a shorter relative small and large intestine. Lipotyphla, and I'm not sure how I've been pronouncing this, like Lipotyphla, I'll just say Lipotyphla from now on. But anyways, this persisted for pretty much the rest of the century, and ended up making it in the McKenna and Bell's 1997 mammal classification, which has been used as a standard for a lot of the classification for, mammals. Anyways. Molecular studies, however, found that the similarities among many of these insectivores were a result of evolutionary convergence. In particular, golden moles and tenrecs didn't belong with the other members of Lipotyphla, and the group was later resolved as Eulipotyphla. If it wasn't already dead before, the order Insectivora was now completely obliterated. So obviously the question from here is what happened to these animals? Where'd they end up? Well, as said before, the families containing shrews, moles, hedgehogs, and selenodons all ended up in the order Eulipotyphla. Golden moles, tenrecs, elephant shrews, and otter shrews now fall under the order Afrosauricida, which is sister to the line containing elephants and manatees. Now, all of these are grouped under Afrotheria, which I've got a video about right here. The tree shrews are now under the order Scandentia, a line which is sister to the primates, and colugos are actually within the primate grouping itself, specifically under the order Dermoptera. Insectivora was a line of mammals that absolutely made sense on paper, but in practice had wild issues. The members are all spread across vast corners of the mammalian family tree. But what this goes to show is that the arena of animal classification is a constantly changing field.